Hello and welcome to this edition of the 7 National News Weekend Review, where we take a look at the stories that made the headlines over the last 7 days. And in our top story this week, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, opened the 13th Arab Media Forum on Tuesday at the Madinat Jumeirah. At the event, the ruler of Dubai also launched the Future Editing Smart Hall at the event, the first of its kind in the Arab world. The event reminded everyone of the vital role that media plays in making the future. For more than a decade now, it has become among the most important events for the Arab media community, where they can interact to discuss the truth and reality of the profession, aspects of its progress and aspirations. That's according to Mona Al-Mari, the Director General of the Government of Dubai Media Office. With the theme, The Future of Media Starts Today, she said in her speech that to be prepared and able to anticipate the future, we need to be optimistic and think in a futuristic manner, to focus on what's required tomorrow than what should have been done yesterday. She also emphasised the importance of confidence and resilience in facing challenges ahead. On the sidelines of the event, the Associated Press and Deloitte revealed the results of a recent study conducted to better understand the state of the Middle East's news market and its possible ways of evolution.
People in the Middle East are avid consumers of news. 70 plus minutes a day is the average. That's very important. That trust is the most important deciding factor in what news source to go for. Speed of access, which has traditionally been a news industry staple, isn't very important in their perception. And then I think the role of social media versus online is very important. So if you look at 50% of people who are using online regard social as their source for breaking news, and then they navigate out into online. It's important for broadcasters and other news organisations to have great social media presences, but really high quality, trustworthy centerpieces online for people to follow up with. Video is clearly becoming important to people. In other markets, video is now a completely centerpiece to all online experiences. Here, not all websites offer that for all stories, so I think that's a really crucial thing for people to understand. I think retaining the trusted brand is fundamental, though. If you want to compete with new portals, if you don't do that, then that asset will be lost. And the other thing to say is that because there's a lot of progress to be made versus other markets, it's not like you're having to reinvent new formats of news. Some markets are having to do that. That's very challenging. Actually, you can replicate a lot of the great experiences that other markets are seeing, and you can have great effect and even grow that 70 minutes further and further.
Based on a survey of 18 to 45-year-olds in the UAE, Egypt and Saudi Arabia, the study shows that politics remains the most popular news topic. However, less serious topics are also in demand. 80% are interested in technology, 72% in entertainment stories, and 63% on positive stories about the Middle East. While international sources are considered the best providers of content, 51% of consumers said that they would prefer watching news produced locally.
We're delighted to hear that there's so much appetite for video in the region, both breaking news, but also more sophisticated daily coverage of the people's lives, stories that sometimes you don't see in this culture of top stories where people tend to cover the bombings, the wars, the aftermath. We want to go deeper, and our research shows that if video is available on websites, for example, people spend a lot more time on those websites watching video to get a better understanding of their lives and the region. There is much more to life, as we all know, in this region than war, conflict and blood and bullets. So that's what we are aiming to do. We'll be doing more of it. We're investing in the region. We're putting more video journalists in particular in the region to do just that, to better portray real everyday life here.
Dubai unveiled a global landmark initiative this week that aims to help advance free zones worldwide and also transform economies along with them. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, led the global launch of the World Free Zones Organization and was accompanied by His Highness Sheikh Maktoum bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Deputy Ruler of Dubai, and His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed Al Maktoum, the Chairman of the Dubai Airport's Free Zone Authority. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed welcomed the Multicultural Board of Directors of the new non-profit initiative. The World FZO aims to gather all free zones under one roof and further the development of other free zones across the globe. Dubai's brainchild has been established in Geneva and will be headquartered at the Dubai Airport Free Zone. Currently, it has 14 founding members, and officials say they look forward to welcoming more free zones in the near future.
Today we don't have, the international organization that represent all the free zones around the world. But with the existing of the new World FZO, I think, we will have one vote, we'll discuss one, maybe, it's difficult to have one policy, but we try to discuss the policy internally, how to improve the policy, how to improve the concept and the perception of the free zones worldwide, in fact, to contribute better than what doing today. I know that today we have 1,000 free zones around the world, and they have been playing a positive role in the economies of their countries.
Earlier at a press conference, the Board of Directors of the World Free Zones Organization said that they aim to promote the spirit of collaboration, dialogue and guidance. This will also help countries requiring foreign direct investment to build strong, robust and diverse economies for the future. All nation members of the UN are eligible for membership.
The World FZO open for all member nations of the United Nations, and we treat all of them equally. The membership, we can group it into 3 different categories. Category 1 is full members. They have a right to vote, and this includes free zone associations and individual free zones. The second group, or the second category, is the associate members, and this one, of course, no vote. They don't have a right to have a vote. This one includes free zones, companies operate within the free zones, and the entities. Now, some of them within the free zones, some of them provide services to the free zones. And the third is observers, and this is limited to United Nations agencies and multilateral organizations.
The best football players in the UAE have been named and recognised for their performances during the 2013-14 season of the Arabian Gulf League. And it was the league winners Al Ahly who dominated the awards ceremony. His Highness Sheikh Nahyan bin Mubarak Al Nahyan, the UAE Minister of Culture, Youth and Community Development, presented the awards to the winners in recognition of their efforts and contributions during the UAE's top professional football league. Al Jazeera was recognised as the Professional Club of the Year, while the sportsmen were honoured under different categories such as Best Goalkeeper, Best Player in the UAE and Best Coach, among others. According to His Highness Sheikh Nahyan, football has been part of the UAE culture, adding that it is important to appreciate the performance of players and honour them as role models for the community.
It does encourage others to follow suit. It makes this as a role model for others, whether as an institution or whether it's players or as a trainer. So it helped to improve the league, the Arabian Gulf League. It helps improve the players. It helps improve the competition between the clubs. So it is a very good idea.
They all deserve what they have accomplished. They deserve those prizes. I hope the best for the players. They did not make it this season. All the luck next season. Also the clubs, the same thing. Also the coaches, the ones I'm sure who did not win this year, that doesn't mean that they are not good. Yes, they are very good, but maybe the coach that have won it has also a good team that may give him the chance to win over the other coaches.
This season's winners, Al Ahly, were the dominant side during the ceremony, as their players Ismail Hamadi won the award as Emirati Player of the Year, Saif Youssef as Best Goalkeeper, and Brazilian player Grafite as Best Foreign Player of the Year, while coach Cosmin won the award for Coach of the Year.
Everything really can happen, if you work well, if you have confidence, concentration about your work, everything can happen. I think the UAE football are in the good way for the next years, become stronger league in the Middle West, and the national team become stronger also in the Asia and like this. I think they are in the good way. I hope I can help, even it's a small thing, but I think I can help for the football in UAE can grow.
Thanks God first for being the best goalkeeper. This is not my gift only. It's part of the one team. I am part of one team. I want to thank everybody who helped me to be the best goalkeeper in this season.
It's just like a next level to me. It's just it's something like you feel about, like something it's like phenomenal. It's just something you just want to like work hard for it. And for all this league, for all these maybe 6 months or 10 months, we've been working really hard. We've been struggling, and we've been like you say, in the position of our league, it was even low. And to be on the second, of course, it takes like a really big jump. It's really hard.
The Dubai Electricity and Water Authority and the Knowledge and Human Development Authority honoured the winners of the 9th Conservation Award for 2013-2014, held under the theme For a Better Tomorrow. His Excellency Saeed Mohammed Al Tayyer, the Managing Director and CEO of DEWA, congratulated everyone for their continued conservation efforts. The 9th edition of the award has achieved significant saving rates in the rationalised use of electricity and water. The award categories were divided between students, faculty as well as residential consumers, and together saw savings of 23 million kilowatts of electricity and 128 million gallons of water. This has contributed in the reduction of carbon dioxide emissions by 11,000 tonnes, or savings of 16 million dirhams. It is hoped that through this award and other such efforts, more residents will adopt eco-friendly practices in order to sustain natural resources for generations to come. In his keynote speech, His Excellency Dr. Abdullah Al Karam, the Chairman of the Board of Directors and Director General of the KHDA, said that the youth education on the environment and its conservation is crucial to the future's development. Meanwhile, winning institutions such as the Dubai Centre for Special Needs say this is just the beginning.
With our students, once they get that idea going, they're very keen to pursue it. So we've done a lot of things like craft work using recycled items. We hold annual events like Family Fun Days, and we always have stalls where the students can sell things that they've made, and they can talk about things that they've made, like objects from recycled paper, recycled card, bits of tile, all this kind of thing. In terms of going forward, I know they're going to visit a recycling plant soon, and we want to hold sort of more events. We have an open day every year, and again, that's one of the themes that occurs at our open days, where where the students can discuss what they've been doing with their parents, and so they sort of spread the word further.
The Dubai Road and Transport Authority launched a new service this week that offers non-emergency patients and residents more comfort and convenience when they need it. Dr. Yusuf Al Ali, the CEO of Public Transport Agency, along with Paul Wells, the CEO of Aunik Nets, a provider of non-emergency transport services, and Adel Mohammed Shakeri, the Director of Transportation Systems at the Public Transport Agency in the RTA, all unveiled Aunik. The Arabic term defines the vehicle's function, which is to assist, to help, respond, and to lift. It is the first service of its kind in the region and third worldwide, following the UK and Ireland. It's proven popular, particularly among the elderly, and also patients who need to attend hospital appointments, rehabilitation, therapy sessions, dialysis and chemotherapy. The RTA says AUNIC vehicles can be booked through 04 415 0000, with charges starting at just 5 dirhams.
It will be in phases. We launched 10 cars now. We started with 10 cars. We will monitor the performance. And why we launch this kind of car, with the demands becoming high. People looking to want to go to hospital, they don't want appointment. Sometimes they have a special car. They cannot ride a normal taxi. They need a special car for their situation. So in those cases, we introduce or we launch this type of cars for the taxi.
The vehicles combine the design of a taxi and an ambulance in order to provide comfort and convenience. That's according to AUNIC Net's company officials. They stated that this and their customer services reiterates the RTA's continued support to targeted segments in the Emirate.
We've modified the vehicle to put a wheelchair accessible tail lift in the back, which is hydraulically driven. It allows the patient to be able to sit comfortably in the back of the vehicle. We've also taken out the seating in the vehicle where the seating arrangement is more socially acceptable for the customer. We have a table in the centre, so basically if somebody is, for example, coming in a wheelchair from the airport or even attending a hospital appointment and they need to take family with them, instead of sitting in the back of the vehicle and looking at the back of the heads of somebody, we've turned the seats around. We have a table in the middle and the patient can then, or the person in the wheelchair can then sit and engage in conversation with the people in front of them. Our drivers are basically the factor that differentiates us from a lot of people. Our drivers are manually MHT trained, which is have manual handling training. And they also attend a training course for a level 3 medical certificate, which gives them the ability to respond to people in incidents. And they have incident management training.
And Dubai police may soon be using Google Glass in order to issue fines to motorists, as well as identify wanted cars. That's according to local reports. The smart eyewear is currently under trial by Dubai Police Smart Services Department for use by traffic police. Google Glass is a small computer mounted onto glasses. It can take photos, record video, access the internet, and also give directions, among other uses. Dubai Police's Smart Services teams have created 2 applications to be used by their officers. One will allow them to take photos of traffic violations from the glass, which will go instantly into its system. And the other application will help identify wanted cars. The system, according to police officials, will record, along with photos, the exact location, time and date, which is automatically sent to the system. Additionally, number plates and the glass will cross-reference vehicle registration plates with the traffic department's wanted vehicles database and alert an officer if any vehicle is wanted. Both programmes were developed by an in-house team from the Dubai Police Smart Services Department and is in line with the objectives of the police, which is to find and provide the latest technologies in the world as a part of the Dubai government's Smart Government and Smart City initiatives. And up next, we will have the week's business news for you, so stay with us. Welcome back, and on our top business story this week, Dubai's real estate sector is on the way up and has a tremendous future. That's according to Donald Trump, who made his comments during the visit to the site of Akkoya by Damac this week, which also features the first Trump International Golf Club in the Middle East. The renowned American business tycoon reviewed the progress of the 42 million square foot golf community, together with his daughter Ivanka Trump and Hussein Sajwani, the executive chairman and CEO of Damac Properties. Aside from the golf course, Akkoya by Damac, which is expected to be completed by 2017, will also feature a gated community of 104 Trump estate villas. Speaking during the press conference, Damac's CEO stated that the luxury villas at the Trump estates are expected to be valued between $1 million and $10 million US. Commenting on the developments of the project, Donald Trump stated that the golf course and the residential project will be a new landmark of the emirate, which aims to have a positive contribution towards the tourism in the country, as well as the Akkoya project as a whole. As a golf enthusiast and a player himself, Donald Trump stated that they hope to host the Ryder Cup at the club, which is expected to be fully grassed by Q1 of 2015.
I think Dubai has tremendous future. It's an amazing place. The people and the location itself is just a vibrant community, and it's going to go up. It's really going up, and it's going up quickly. And I think prices today will be very low when you look back 5 years from now and even 2 years from now. So I have great confidence in Dubai. We're building one of the great golf courses anywhere in the world. I mean, you can go to Scotland, you can go to Ireland, you can go to the United States where they have some of the great golf courses. This will compare really to any of them. So you can go anywhere in the world and this will compare to that. And that's what we want to do. Shot values, all values. And I think major tournaments will be brought to Dubai because of what DAMAC has done.
It's incredibly important for us. So, the region in general, there's been such interest and such demand for us to come and bring our level of luxury to the market. With this project, we have the opportunity to create one of the greatest golf resorts in the world. From a golf course perspective, with my father and Gil Hans designing every aspect of the championship golf course to the homes, which really bring to bear all of our past experience in building all over the globe and bring those best practices right here to Dubai.
Development of future leaders and active engagement of the community was in focus at the 4-day CSR summit that was being held in Dubai this week. Around 25 regional experts, together with more than 170 delegates, have been taking part in the 11th edition of the Corporate Social Responsibility Summit, where much of the emphasis has been on the development and implementation of business practices relevant to community needs. Representatives from renowned multinational corporations such as Nestlé, Unilever, PepsiCo and Intel, just to name a few, shared their challenges and impactful success stories with the attendees. One of the topics in discussion was sustainability, where panelists called for encouraging the youth to turn their innovative ideas into thriving business practices.
This program, CSR in Action, is about creating CSR practitioners who are professionals and who can contribute back to the society. We combine the power of the young people, the youth, the energy, the creativity, with the power that the CSR practitioners have in their offices and in their budgets and in their vision. And with that, we can make a difference in the society.
During the summit, 3 teams of young professionals and students participated in the Project Awards and put forward their innovative ideas. Among them included diet and fitness seminars targeting families with young and inactive children. However, the team that won the award was Team Ray of Hope, whose idea it was to provide charitable donations and microloans with the help of local banks.
We live in UAE and we're surrounded by all these luxurious hotels, attractions, islands. So we thought about the people who are behind this, who build all these attractions. And this is how the idea came from.
When we were asked to build a sustainable project for people, so first thing came to our mind is laborers, because they are the people who are most needy and they need help. And we don't find so many organizations in UAE who come forward to help these laborers. So we thought, why not laborers?
Globalization and the increasing market share of Far Eastern countries in the GCC's mega projects topped the agenda at the 2-day EPC Expert Forum, which focused on the opportunities and challenges in the regional infrastructure development industry. Being held under the theme Turnkey Projects in the Gulf States, more than 100 industry leaders, contractors and experts gathered at the forum, which discussed the current and future trends related to the engineering, procurement and construction projects in the region. Organised by AHK, the German Emirati Joint Council for Industry and Commerce in Dubai, the forum focused on the challenges that the European firms have been facing by the Chinese and Korean firms, particularly in plant manufacturing industry. Panellists at the forum estimated that due to the large-scale construction projects in the region, such as Etihad Rail and Saudi Arabia's rail and metro development, the infrastructure development industry is valued at over $1 trillion. It was further highlighted that German companies still hold a 15% market share for EPC and turnkey projects in the region. According to officials, operational efficiencies and increasing the presence for German firms remains paramount in overcoming the challenges from Eastern markets.
They have to improve what we say the EPC competence of the companies by streamlining their internal processes, by stressing very much the fact that the life cycle, the quality should prevail also, not only the price. And we see also a trend, I think, recently that some of those successful bidders over the last years, they had hefty losses. So I think there is also a kind of reconsideration. So it's a good time for all companies to streamline their processes, their project management, their technology, and to make new partners.
German companies are extremely interested in this region. The UAE is the most important economic partner for Germany in the whole region. Saudi Arabia is on number 2. And the government, the embassy, myself, we want to enhance this cooperation. In this conference, I'm very glad, is all about this. I just made a little statement saying being present for a German company here is most important. What we should do is for big infrastructure projects like metro, railways, a German offer, a German consortium, more German companies coming together. There we are still weak and we have to work on this. We succeeded already to establish Deutsche Bahn, German Railway, as the joint venture partner for Etihad Rail, and we want to continue and build on this for future railway projects.
And finally, looking to other news, as a part of the celebrations to mark International Museum Day, the Sharjah Museum Department set up mobile exhibitions across 2 locations in the Emirate and 1 in Dubai. The International Museum Day has been held annually on the 18th of May since 1977. And in an effort to further develop the culture of visiting museums, the mobile exhibition is being held at Sharjah's Sahara Mall until the 21st of May, followed by the Arabian Centre in Dubai from the 22nd to the 24th of May. Held under the theme Museums Collections Make Connections, the exhibitions will have displays from 8 different museums in Sharjah, which will be highlighting the UAE culture and heritage. Among the items on display include the documentation of the journey of transportation across various ages, from camels to spaceships. Visitors will also have a chance to discover how Arab explorers used astronomy to determine their geographical coordinates and navigate their journey during the early stages. According to the officials from the museum department, the event aims to highlight the role of museums as cultural and educational institutions for the society.
Every year we are doing the celebration inside the museums themselves. This year they thought to bring it out to the public. As you know, Sharjah and UAE are full of as cultural and collection items. Museums part also trying to focus this year on the way how transportation and traveling connecting each other. So if you come here today for us, today we are in Sahara for 3 days, and there will be also another extra 3 days, it will be in the Arabian Center. We would like to invite all the public to see what we have in the exhibit is focusing on the 16 museums which we have in Sharjah. Each museum has its own individual theme and message.
Well, that brings us to the end of the week that was. If you'd like to get in touch with us, please write to us at news@city7tv.com or by calling us on 04 367 2230. From the entire news team, it's goodbye for now.